Many athletes rely heavily on pre-workout supplements, assuming a scoop can make up for everything else. However, no pre-workout formula can fix poor nutrition or an empty stomach. Supplements work best when they complement a solid foundation of food. In this talk, I'll show you how the right meal is more important than any powder and outline simple strategies to fuel your body properly before training. By the end, you'll understand why your pre-workout is only as good as the nutrients you've already put in. We'll cover timing, macronutrient balance, hydration, and what to avoid. Let's start by exploring why nutrition matters more than supplements. For intense exercise, your body needs readily available fuel. Without proper pre-workout nutrition, you may find yourself burning out early or struggling to maintain focus. A well-planned meal provides the energy substrate your muscles need to perform and supports mental clarity, so you can concentrate on technique and push harder. Eating beforehand also helps sustain endurance, allowing you to complete more repetitions or maintain a higher pace. When you compare a properly fueled session with one where you've skipped or mistimed your meal, the difference in strength output and focus is obvious. Let's talk about how food acts as fuel, and why going into a workout without it sets you up for failure. It's easy to forget that our bodies run on nutrients, not just stimulants. Your muscles and brain rely primarily on carbohydrates and fats for energy, while protein supports repair and growth. If you go into a workout without eating, your body has to draw on limited reserves, and your blood sugar may drop, causing weakness or lightheadedness. This isn't about overloading on calories, it's about ensuring that you have enough fuel to meet the demands of high-intensity exercise. Skipping a pre-workout meal is akin to driving a car on an empty tank. Next, we'll discuss the specific goals of a pre-workout meal and what it should accomplish. The purpose of a pre-workout meal is twofold: to provide energy and to support muscle function during your session. You want to supply enough carbohydrate to fuel your muscles and maintain blood glucose, while also including a moderate amount of protein to support the amino acid pool your body uses for repair. The meal should prevent fatigue and help you stay focused by stabilizing your energy levels. When you get this right, you delay the onset of tiredness, maintain mental sharpness, and protect muscle tissue from being used as fuel. In the next slide, we'll discuss when to time this meal to maximize digestion and absorption before training. Timing matters just as much as content. Ideally, you want to eat your pre-workout meal about 1 to 2 hours before you train. This window gives your body enough time to digest and absorb the nutrients so they're available when you start. If you eat too close to your workout, you might still be digesting, which can lead to discomfort. If you eat too early, you might run low on fuel halfway through. By sticking to a 1 to 2 hour window, you hit the sweet spot between digestion and availability. Next, we'll see what happens if you eat too close to training. Eating right before a workout doesn't give your digestive system time to break down and absorb nutrients. Instead of providing energy, the meal sits heavily in your stomach. You may feel sluggish, full, or nauseous, as your body diverts blood to your digestive tract rather than your muscles. This can result in cramping and discomfort during high-intensity exercise. The takeaway is simple: plan ahead so you have time to digest before training. If you're constantly running late and eating on the go, you're likely sabotaging your performance. Next, we'll explore the opposite problem: not eating at all before you train. Skipping a pre-workout meal can be just as problematic. Without fuel, blood sugar levels can drop during training, leaving you feeling weak, lightheaded, or even dizzy. Low energy translates to reduced strength output and endurance. When your body is hungry, it also has a harder time maintaining focus and proper technique. You might cut your session short or fail to challenge yourself. Eating something, even a small snack, ensures your muscles and brain have the substrates they need to perform. Next, we'll discuss the primary macronutrient that powers high-intensity training: carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are the main energy source for anaerobic and high-intensity exercise. They break down into glucose, which your muscles store as glycogen. Adequate carbohydrate intake before a workout ensures that glycogen stores are topped up, allowing your muscles to generate force and speed without tiring as quickly. Consuming carbs also preserves glycogen during your session, which can help delay fatigue. In contrast, going in low on carbs forces your body to rely more on fat or protein for energy, which is less efficient during explosive movements. So, emphasizing carbohydrates in your pre-workout meal is crucial. Next, we'll look at the best sources of those carbs. Not all carbohydrates are created equal. For a pre-workout meal, choose carbs that digest at a moderate pace to provide steady energy. Simple options include rice and oats, which provide complex carbs that release glucose gradually. Potatoes offer a similar profile with a range of vitamins and minerals. Fruits such as bananas and berries, and whole grains like quinoa or whole wheat bread are also excellent sources. These foods offer a combination of sugars and fibers that keep your blood sugar stable. Avoid processed sweets, which can cause a quick spike and crash. Now that we've covered carbs, let's discuss the supporting role of protein. While carbohydrates provide quick energy, protein plays a supportive role. It supplies amino acids that help repair and build muscle tissue. Including a modest amount of protein before training helps protect your muscles from breakdown and supports recovery after you finish. Sources such as chicken, turkey, fish, eggs, or Greek yogurt are all suitable. Aim for around 20 to 30 grams of protein in your pre-workout meal alongside carbohydrates. You don't need a large steak, just enough to provide the building blocks your muscles need. Next, we'll bring carbs and protein together into the ideal pre-workout meal composition. The ideal pre-workout meal combines a portion of carbohydrates with a moderate amount of protein. The goal is balanced energy, carbs for immediate fuel, and protein to support your muscles. Keeping the portions reasonable prevents your stomach from feeling too full. For many people, this might look like a palm-sized serving of protein and 1 to 2 servings of carbohydrate. This balance helps maintain blood glucose and prevents muscle breakdown. It also contributes to a steady release of energy rather than a spike and crash. Next, I'll share some specific meal ideas you can prepare easily. Putting theory into practice. Here are a few simple meal ideas. A classic option is grilled chicken with rice, a lean protein paired with a moderate carb that digests well. If you prefer breakfast foods, oatmeal topped with protein powder or nuts can work. A banana with a serving of yogurt makes a lighter option when you're short on time. A fruit smoothie with mixed berries, spinach, and a scoop of protein powder is another choice. These combinations provide the right balance of macronutrients and are easy to digest. After we cover what to eat, we need to address what not to eat. Just as there are foods to include, there are also foods to avoid. Eating meals high in fat or fiber right before training can cause issues. Fat slows down gastric emptying, meaning your stomach takes longer to process the meal. Fiber, while healthy, can cause bloating and gas if consumed immediately before intense exercise. Both factors can leave you feeling heavy or uncomfortable. The goal of a pre-workout meal is to fuel activity, not weigh you down. In the next slides, we'll explore why high-fat and high-fiber meals can hinder your performance. Fats take longer to digest than carbohydrates or protein because they require more enzymes and bile to break down. This slower digestion delays the release of energy from your meal. When you eat a high-fat meal right before training, your stomach is still working to break it down, which can leave you feeling sluggish. Additionally, blood flow is directed toward your gut rather than your muscles, which can decrease performance. That's why a greasy burger or fries right before a workout is not ideal. We'll next look at why fiber, despite its benefits, can also be a problem immediately before training. High-fiber foods like beans, cruciferous vegetables, and bran cereals are important for digestion and health, but they require more time to move through the gut. Eating a fiber-heavy meal just before exercise can lead to bloating, gas, and cramping. These symptoms are especially uncomfortable during high-intensity workouts where core engagement and breathing are critical. It doesn't mean fiber is bad, it just means you should shift your intake to earlier in the day and choose lower fiber options pre-workout. With foods to avoid covered, we'll move on to hydration, another crucial factor for performance. Hydration is not just about quenching thirst. Water supports nearly every physiological function during exercise. It aids thermoregulation, helping your body manage heat, and supports blood volume, which ensures oxygen and nutrients are delivered to your muscles efficiently. If you start your workout dehydrated, your heart has to work harder, and you fatigue sooner. Dehydration can also impair mental focus and coordination. Therefore, drinking water before and during your session is essential. Combine hydration with proper pre-workout nutrition to maximize performance. Next, we'll see how food and supplements can work together synergistically. When you fuel properly with both food and pre-workout supplements, you get the best of both worlds. A well-timed meal ensures your body has the macronutrients it needs, while a pre-workout formula can enhance focus, increase blood flow, and reduce perceived effort. Food amplifies the effects of the supplement by providing baseline energy and preventing crashes. That means the caffeine and nitric oxide boosters in your pre-workout can deliver a stronger pump and more sustained mental drive. Without food, these ingredients have little substrate to work with. Now let's discuss the debate between fasted and fed training to see why a meal is generally superior. Some athletes train fasted in the morning to maximize fat oxidation, but research shows it doesn't necessarily improve performance. When you train without food, your body does burn a higher percentage of fat, but your strength and endurance may suffer. Fed training, on the other hand, provides the glucose needed to hit higher intensities and maintain quality throughout your session. Ultimately, your goals should dictate your approach. If you're preparing for a high power or strength workout, eating beforehand will support a higher output. In contrast, if your goal is purely fat loss, a moderate fasted session may fit into your strategy. If you must train fasted, consider a small snack or adjusting intensity. Next, we'll provide a quick snack option for those short on time. If you're pressed for time and can't have a full meal, grab a quick carbohydrate snack. A banana, a small energy bar, or a piece of fruit provides immediate sugars to raise blood glucose and fuel your session. This quick snack is especially useful in the early morning when you don't have an hour to digest. Even a handful of raisins can make a difference in how you feel during your workout. The key is to consume something light and easily digestible to provide rapid energy without causing stomach discomfort. Finally, let's recap the key takeaways for pre-workout nutrition. To wrap up, remember these essentials. Eat 1 to 2 hours before your workout to give your body time to digest and absorb nutrients. Prioritize carbohydrates with a moderate amount of protein to provide fuel and support muscle function. Avoid heavy fats and excessive fiber right before training, as they slow digestion and may cause discomfort. Stay hydrated before and during your session, because even mild dehydration can harm performance. Ultimately, no supplement can replace proper nutrition and hydration. A pre-workout drink is most effective when built upon a solid foundation of food. With these guidelines, you'll be able to fuel your workouts for better performance, endurance, and recovery.